joint tasks just to pass the, well, a special exam, to pass, I mean, to evaluate the participation of these broadband integrated networks. And it was really amazing. This is a very positive, I remember, I'm very glad that to share this with foreign students, that they were at the end very glad to be here in Valencia. And I hope in the near future we can resume this activity, but it was a very, very positive. Unfortunately, I mean, when Bologna came, I mean, rector, vice-rector, I mean, the people leading all these changes, things changed, and then the human resources were scarce and so on. I mean, there are many, many details that I cannot explain so much here, but I hope, Juan, that we could again restart this very, very positive cooperation. It's very positive also, I mean, people from UPC sharing the project, students I am referring, from UPM and also from Valencia and so on. Well, I want to finish. Thanks again. And as you can see, back to me, nobody is, well, I can explain this because we end the course, we end the exams, and we are close to the seaside, to the beach, Mediterranean Sea, so people in the afternoon usually go to the families, to the beach, to the place, I mean, for some starting vacations, at least in the afternoon. But anyway, on behalf of my group, thanks for the invitation and a great successful in the future for Isabel. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Vicente. Thank you to you. And yes, we did very, very interesting experiences there. Well, now, and we should retake them again. Now that the technology is again ready, we should try them probably. Well, now I will go to Barcelona, a little bit more to the north, where I see that people from the Technical University of Catalonia, Jordi Domingo and Germán Santos are there. We did a lot of them, especially in the transition and the porting to IPv6, because they were great experts, and during many years we worked together. So, Jordi, Germán, do you hear us? I think you are freezed. I see you are frozen, so you should probably reload the page. And I have seen, while you reload it, I will go to Universidad Carlos III de Madrid, where Pedro Reviriego is there. Unfortunately, Arturo Azcorra and David Larrabeiti, two members of the original team, are in Brussels now and could not attend because they were in a projects review. In this projects review, we always have to be in Brussels. But Pedro Reviriego has nicely accepted to represent Universidad Carlos III. The floor is yours, Pedro.
Hi, thanks, Juan. So I was completing my PhD when Isabel was developed also in UPM in telecom. And our department here has very strong ties with Isabel. As you mentioned, Arturo Azcorra and David Larrabeiti were involved in the original Isabel team. Unfortunately, they could not be here today due to these H2020 commitments. But they would like to thank you for inviting ETSIT-UPM and for developing this technology that helped remove barriers at a time when collaboration was not as easy as today. We take this technology for granted. So thank you from ETSIT-UPM and all the best for the future.
Okay, thank you very much, Pedro. Well, I see that now Jordi Domingo and Germán Santos, I don't know if Josep Solé is also there. We have collaborated so much. It was so nice in the courses, in the projects, in the research projects. So the floor is yours, please. You have to push the button, the push to talk button. If not, we don't hear you, Jordi.
Yeah.
Jordi? Jordi? We don't hear you. You have to push the button, the push to talk. Something is happening. I don't know what. Okay. No, it's on the top, but it's a microphone, what you have to push. A microphone, and then you will see that now you have pushed it. Yes, push it, but keep it pushed. And speak while you are pushing it. Jordi? Okay, let's go then to the next side. You have to push. Jordi, to push the microphone on the top. You didn't participate in the test. You are pushing it? Well, then you should...
Yes, I'm pushing it.
Now we hear you. Push it.
Okay, sorry about that. Hello, everybody. First of all, I would like to excuse Josep Soler. He has a family duty this afternoon and he regrets not to be here with us, and sends warm greetings to all of you. Together with me is Germán Santos, also from our research group. I would like to say that we were lucky to join the Isabel team quite early, and we participated in pioneering distributed events like Telecom I+D during several years, and it was a real challenge to test the application and to hold a distributed conference. Later on, as Vicente Casares and you, Juan, mentioned before, we did this experience of real-time distributed regular courses. So at the top time, we were 4 universities having regular courses at the same time using Isabel. And this was a really fantastic experience. And it's a pity that with the change of the curricula, this was not possible to continue. But almost 10 years we held this. We started with PhD courses and then with this regular course at the 4 telecommunications schools. Later on, we had the opportunity to collaborate with your group, with IPv6 and quality of service during many years. And simply would like to thank Juan Quemada and all his team for helping us and sharing, giving us the opportunity to share this experience organizing these successful global events, and always with their enthusiastic support to solve all the problems. So thank you very much to all of you, Juan and your team. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Jordi. Thank you to you. We did so many things together. Yeah, it was very nice. Well, I have seen that Barbara Kieslinger, who was connected, I forgot to include her in the European sites part. Are you there still, Barbara? Because I have noticed this. Sorry, there are so many people and I have been so overloaded with the organization that sometimes I keep track. Well, it seems that she has gone, but Barbara Kieslinger...
Yes, sadly, she said goodbye. She said goodbye in the chat a few minutes ago, and she had to go because she had another commitment. But I was speaking with her via the chat, and hopefully we can get her in another event soon.
Okay, very good. Sorry, Barbara. Well, you are not there, but it was a pity. It was my fault. But now then I will give the turn to Victor Sanchez-Belmar. You have already heard him. Victor Sanchez-Belmar is the CEO of Mashmi TV. They have created this room. What we are using is called the Room of the Future. It's a very nice technology. You can see that, well, the interaction has a very high quality in terms of video, voice, and interactivity. The only thing is that your fingers get a little bit tired of pushing the push to talk so much, but the effectiveness is very high, I must say. They have sold this room to well, not only Bank of Santander, but to the most prestigious universities like Oxford, Harvard, New York University, and many places. So, well, please, Victor, tell us, and it's your turn. And thank you very much for supporting this event and sponsoring it.
No, please, Juan. Thank you. Thank you very much for the invitation. Thank you very much for the opportunity. There is a sentence that I think that today applies more than ever. There is a quote that says, "If I saw beyond everyone else, was because I was standing on the shoulder of giants," right? And today I had the opportunity to meet a little bit of the Isabel family way before I was even part of the group, way before I was as a part of that R&D and research group that is Isabel. And I'm going to start and almost use half of my time, but I think it's going to be well used, to thank everyone that made this possible, right? I mean, starting with my teachers, and I see some of them in the audience today, like Gabriel Huecas, that I spent many afternoons in his office as he was trying to teach me the I router from those pieces, Joaquin Salvachua and Santiago Pavon, which made me a much better software engineer on their spaces. My peers at the laboratory, starting by Quique, I see Alvaro, I see Javier, I see Pedro, and that also made me a much better engineer. I see Aldo there. We have spent a lot of time on our different projects, and all of those, and of course, Juan, especially you, your classes, and your support from the very beginning. It's been a great pleasure. And again, today I feel, like the last grandson of a very, very long list of people that made this possible, and I couldn't be prouder and more humbled than being part of this family. I came, as you know, almost the latest, right, on this very long group of people. I was extremely well received and extremely well trained and taught about all of these technologies, and that made the company that today feeds more than 40 families that are my employees in 3 countries, and that wouldn't have been possible without this school, without this lab. So I thank you all. What is MatchMe? What is the room of the future? Essentially is this immersive experience that we wanted to create on top of all the video conference technology that we saw. We are proud users of Linkally Code that has been explained before. The objective was to create something that wasn't there, right? I mean, we saw different approaches to video conference and different approaches to remote learning. One of those was the ability to see kind of canned video, right? Pre-cut classes. But what is a classroom if it's not interaction? What is a classroom if it's not conversation? What is a classroom if it's not these natural arguments that will happen in the best research group or in the best MBA classes around the world? Conversation matters, right? And this is what the room of the future was all about. The ability to have a face-to-face experience with your students that imitates real life as closely as possible. So we went from the hardware and the software perspective on how we can create those experiences. It took us a long while. This is the 7th year that this company has existed, but now we are proud providers for UPM, as we are here today, from Oxford University, Harvard, Stanford, Colorado State University, Banco Santander, Allfams, PepsiCo. It's one after the other. I mean, we have been so humbled to be able to provide our services with the room of the future. I'm showing you some of the pictures that we have created. This is our room in Nebrija. This is a close-up from Banco Santander, and you can see some of the technology that goes with it, which is tracking cameras, these kind of helping screens on the bottom, everything to make the experience of the teacher as close as possible to real life. The room of the future, it's been now a product for almost the last 3 years, but it is just kind of a stepping stone for the project, but not the last thing that we want to do, right? I mean, we come from a university, we come from an R&D environment, we hold several patents in the US, and we have a huge research team that is also collaborating with both the old projects that we have seen, the new projects that are to come, and even to this day, we are collaborating with UPM and Banco Santander in European projects. So this is just a stepping stone. I mean, the only thing that I can say is, again, thank you, and I'm really excited to see how Isabel 50 years is going to be when we reunite right here in 25 years. Thank you very much for your time. It's been a pleasure to be here.
Okay, thank you very much, Victor. Yeah, this event has been made possible by this technology. This is all using MatchMe TV service. Hello? Oops. Crash. Wow, but it goes very quickly again. Okay, well, okay. Well, there was a crash, but it has recovered extremely quickly. There we are again. Let's go. Well, thank you.
Puedo quebrar el encuentro. Perdón, sorry to disturb the meeting. I'd like to add two things.
Yes,
please, is it possible?
Go on.
Okay. Because we have at this moment with us José Domingos, that it was the manager of the Brain Project, and that put the question that in fact.
Push the button. Vasco, push the button, please. The button. No.
Okay. I'm not pushing the button, but so I can repeat again. We have already with us José Domingos, that it was the manager of the Brain Project, and in fact it was the trigger for all what happened afterwards with the development of the Isabel application and so on. And the second is a challenge to you, because from today I see that the Isabel family is quite big. I don't know if you have, at least for me, it was a surprise how many people was involved along the years studying, making their thesis, the PhD, opening their companies and so on. When we started this 25 years ago, I think no one of us imagined all this impact. Maybe you could try to write a little bit or try to gather all the names of the people that were involved in this adventure, let's say. But again, I'd like that José Domingos could say a few words, because in fact, he is the guilty person.
Okay, you say?
Hi. Hello all. And it's very nice to see you in particular, Juan. You're looking great.
You too.
Thank you. So I think it's the first time that someone calls me first the trigger, and secondly guilty for something. That was not that good, that bad at all. So maybe a lot of things were already said about Isabel and Brain in particular. I arrived here a little bit later. I had to go to Porto, but probably nobody talked a little bit about how Isabel was used within the national host environment. Maybe some of you don't know what national hosts were, but basically it was an European initiative where in each country there was a specific site where facilities for broadband switching and communication facilities were available for some EU research projects could actually present their results with broadband facilities to interconnect to other national hosts in Europe, and not only, also in the States and Japan and so forth. And another thing that I would like to mention is that in 1998 there was the Expo 98 in Portugal, and during 6 months we had a complete floor in Portugal Telecom premises for nearly 6 months, with something like 12 to 13 projects from RACE and ACTS. And one of them, Isabel, was definitely running all the time, interconnecting Expo 98, Portugal Telecom premises, and here and then TID and UPM. So, and it was shown to many of our visitors, something that was, to most of them, something new and was not, let's say, a common thing to see. So, just to remind you, these two issues that I think were worthwhile to mention. And thank you very much, and all the best. And for all of you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you to you, Jose, and well, nice to see you again after so long time. Okay, let's go to the next. Now we have here the IPv6 related interventions. We have first Rosa Delgado, who is in Switzerland. Rosa, we collaborated with the IPv6 summits and with many things. And Carlos, can you come here to the front such that the next intervention? Rosa, can you make your message now? You have to push to talk. You have to push the button. It's a little bit tiring, but that's a necessity of this application. In the top of your application, there will be a small microphone, and you have to push the microphone.
Okay. Can you hear me, Juan?
Yes, very good now. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you. First of all, I wish to thank you to Juan Quemada for this kind invitation to participate to the 25th anniversary. Happy birthday, Isabel, and thank you for thinking of me. Anyway, as you say, we've been collaborating quite a lot, and I remember the first time you contacted me was because you wanted to connect the European Center of Nuclear Research, CERN, to the Isabel applications. That was done with the support of François Flukiger and other people at CERN. That was fantastic, and it was the first time we could see CERN connected to Isabel. As you mentioned several times, and probably Carlos will do it as well, Isabel was one of the first applications to be ported to IPv6, and is being quite useful in the part of distributing awareness of IPv6 forum to the rest of the globe. We have connected to Asia, the United States, Latin America, etc. And one of the events that comes to my mind right now is the one in 2002, the IPv6 Summit of Madrid, where we had Steve Deering giving a talk over IPv6 from California, and that was one of my first souvenirs of Isabel great things. Also remember the Barcelona Global IPv6 Summit, etc. So it's been quite a lot of success in the different activities of IPv6 along the years. Anyway, I don't want to be too long, but Isabel is also giving me the opportunity to see the virtual room to several friends, and I don't want to miss this opportunity to say hello to Mario Campolargo, to Latif, to Carlos Rally, to Antonio from Murcia, just talked, to my Latin American friends, Daniel Diaz from INICTEL, la Universidad de Ingeniería, Florencio Utreras, hello Florencio from Chile, and many others. Thank you so much for giving this opportunity, Juan, and all the best for Isabel on the next 25 years. I hope we will be celebrating the 50 years of Isabel one day. Bye-bye. Thank you.
Thank you. If we reach 25 years more, we will celebrate it for sure.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, then I have here with me Carlos Rally. Carlos Rally also was a very, very strong collaborator with us in the porting to IPv6. I also contacted Latif Ladid, but unfortunately Latif was in Asia, and he had to participate during the night, and then we didn't make him to do this effort. So please, Carlos.
Thank you very much, Juan. So I'm here representing the IPv6 Council of Spain and the IPv6 Forum as well. And my first contact with Isabel application was there in 1999. I was coordinating the LONG project, Laboratories over Next Generation Networks. And the best way to prove that you are actually building the evolution of the networks then was to use a challenging and good application that the distributed teams wanted to use, right? So we quickly discovered that Isabel was the right choice because it had all the main ingredients that we needed. First thing, it had a peer-to-peer architecture, so it demanded a bidirectional network, plain addressing, the absence of NATs, and at that time, that brought to us the need of IPv6 for these kind of applications. The second thing is that it was intensive in bandwidth usage, so that means that it was pulling from our fiber accesses versus the ADSL, frame relay, and other copper accesses that we were using at that moment. And the third thing is that it was well done. I mean, the video coding was good enough, was efficient, and then we could have a lot of sites involved in the meetings, and that was very different to what we could use at that moment. The second step was Euro 6. In Euro 6, we were building up a production IPv6 network in 7 countries in Europe. I think many of us were involved in the negotiations, in the really hard negotiations with the Commission and with Mario. So I take the profit to say hello to Mario again. And one of the main milestones of Euro 6 was to prove to the Commissioner Liikanen and some European Parliament members that the IPv6 networks in Europe were ready. So what we did is to run an event from Sao Paulo in Brazil to the Residential Palace in Brussels, and we were showing as well that the interconnection with the Clara and the Giant network in IPv6 was working. One of the things that we found is that the technology needed involvement, because we found a bug in the Juniper routers, and actually when the people were doing a ping over a certain size, they were killing all our Juniper routers in Latin America. We didn't have time in 24 hours to get a solution from Juniper, and we couldn't tell all the testing sites not to make the ping, because it was the typical way that we were testing the network before launching Isabel. So we had to deploy in the whole network of Telefónica in Latin America a perimeter of firewalls just to protect our network, because both the B4 and the B6 traffic was falling down because of that. So this is to show that we were contributing back to the community, and it was very challenging. From my role in Telefónica R&D, we were also promoting quite well Isabel as a cornerstone for IPv6 environments. We made a demonstration to the fathers of Internet, to Vinton Cerf and Tim Berners-Lee, in the 2002 Príncipe de Asturias Awards, using Isabel over IPv6, and we used the same setting for the inauguration of Telefónica R&D premises in Barcelona that year. So my last words would be that I think you guys were really pioneers. I think it's not only the technology, because we can see today that with WebRTC and these technologies, you can even skip the need of these bidirectional networks, so the technology evolves. But I think the community you created and the fresh TV-like events were really a very, very different thing. So thank you for letting us join in this big family during these 20 and 25 years. Thank you.
Thank you, Carlos. Thank you very much. It was very nice when we collaborated with you. Sonsoles. Sorry. It was very nice when we collaborated with you too. And now we go to the last geographical region. We go to Latin America, where we have so many friends. We have collaborated so much, made so many events, and our first person will be Florencio Utreras, as director of Red Clara, with whom we have set so many activities and so many events. Please, Florencio, it's very nice to see you. The floor is yours.
Hi, Juan and everyone. It's a real pleasure to be here with you today. Actually, I'm invited, as many of you know, I retired from Red Clara almost 2 years ago already. Yeah, a bit more than 2 years ago. And I'm doing other things now. I'm working on satellites and other things, but part-time. So I'm at home today, waiting for the eclipse that is going to take place a bit north of Santiago in a few hours. So it's really nice to see you. It's very sad not to see Tomas. So sorry for his pass away, and would have been nice to see him here. And I'm sure that there are other friends that we are missing today. But it's great to see you, Juan, and Mario, and Rosa, and many other people. Actually, I think it was quite crazy in 1994 start thinking about this kind of communication. We were a bit dreamers at that time. We didn't have the bandwidth for that, of course, but it was a nice dream, and here we are. We are all using this platform and others to collaborate every day. It's really great. So thank you to all of you. We came in a bit late into the Isabel game. That was in 1994 that you started. We came in 2004, 10 years after that. But it was a great experience. So thank you for the invitation. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being pioneers. Bye.
Well, thank you to you, Florencio. It was very nice to collaborate with you. Well, let's then go to Colombia. To Peru, to Lima, where we have our friends from INICTEL and from the Universidad Nacional de Ingeniería. I see there Daniel Diaz and Joel Tellez, I think. Please, the floor is yours. It's very nice to see you again.
Okay. Good evening and good night from here. Dear friend, well, my name is Daniel Diaz. I am working in the National Institute of Research and Training in Telecommunication of the National University of Engineering in Lima, Peru. I remember the many tests we carried out to connect us to more than 20 points between the countries of America and Europe for the World Telecommunication Day. No? These connections were susceptible, demonstrate that it is possible that integrators when are hundreds of kilometers. Your friend of INICTEL Uni send your regards, and especially to Professor Juan Quemada from the UPM where I studied. Professor Juan Quemada has made possible that all of us are connected by the cyberspace through the Isabel platform again as 20 years ago. Regards to all, and I hope to see you soon in other events. Goodbye from INICTEL Lima, Peru.
Well, thank you very much, Daniel and Joel. Very nice to see you again. And now we go to Colombia, to the University of Los Andes, where Sandra Aguirre and I think more people are there. So Sandra, very nice to see you again too.
Hi Juan and everybody. Thank you for inviting us to participate in this great global event. Let me introduce you to Álvaro Galvis, professor and a senior advisor of educational innovation.
Thank you, Juan. I am very proud of being here with you. It is a great occasion, and we want to declare that we are very interested in becoming like your partner in Colombia. The possibilities we envision for Isabel and all those initiatives that you are leading will be very useful for our regionalization and internalization at the University of Los Andes. Congratulations.
Okay, thank you very much. Yeah, we would be delighted also to collaborate with you more, where we have to speak about it. This was one of the objectives of this event, that we create networking capacities for people to collaborate. I mean, we have created in the website a Facebook group which can be used for contacting others or via me. I don't want to send all the emails to everybody, but anyone who wants something with another participant, please let me know and I will forward it. So thank you very much. Then let's go now to, well, I think Spol is not connected now, but I see that in Uruguay, I think in Montevideo, we have there a representation from Red Clara, where I think is Luis Raselli and some more people. So nice to meet you. The floor is yours.
Hello, I'm Luis Aguirre from Red Clara. We are in Casa of Internet in LACNIC in Uruguay. We are happy to participate of this event, and we want to greet everybody, and thank you.
Yes. Son soles, espera un momentito. Es que el televisor se va a apagar inmediatamente.
Did you hear me?
Yes, yes. Now we hear you better. Please don't forget to push the button, the push to talk button.
Hello, I'm Luis Aguirregaray from Red Clara. We are in Montevideo in Casa of Internet. We are happy to participate on this event. We want to greet every
¿Y el sonido? ¿Qué pasa con el sonido? I don't know. Something is happening now. The TVs went down now, but well. Esto se ha congelado, yo creo. Okay. Okay. Well, this reminds me something from the old Isabel events. Well, but things come quick again back. Okay, there we are again. There was something happened, I don't know. Well, there are so many components we have set up here, but there are we now? We could hear your message till the middle, Luis. I'm sorry that there was an interruption. If you want to repeat the second part, that would be very nice. If not, we go to the next slide. Luis?
Okay, no, I just only want to greet everybody, and we feel happy to participate of this event. Thank you, everybody.
Okay, thank you to you. It was a pity that we have this cut while your intervention, but it was very nice to see you there, and thank you very much for providing a site connected from Red Clara. And then we have our last site in Latin America. It's Espol in Ecuador, where I think Jose Cordova will greet us from there. The floor is yours, Jose.
Hello, good afternoon, everybody. You can hear me?
Yes, yes, please, go on.
Okay. I am Néstor Arriaga, no, Jose. Hello, hello?
Yes, okay. Yes, sorry, yes, I had your name wrong,
okay.
Sorry.
Jose is not present in this moment, no? Okay, we are happy to be present at this event, no, of great importance to celebrate the 20 years of the Isabel project. We are very pleased to collaborate in this project and in the future events. Thank you very much for this invitation.
Okay, thank you very much to you. Well, and now we have finished the round. We are not very far from in the timing, just 10 minutes delayed. It's not bad. Just I will give, somebody would like to send a final message. If not, we will go to the closure very quickly. Would somebody like to say something? I see you are too tired. I thank you very much for participating. I know that it is very hard to sit here for so long, especially with the heat wave we have and not going to the beach in the places where you have beach and things like that. So thank you very much to everybody. And let's now go to the closure. In the closure, we will have here, can you come for the closure? Not only the people who are in the program, Javier Jimenez Leube, Bernhard Fabianek should also speak from the Commission, and Encarna Pastor. But I would like to call also the people from the Isabel team who are here in the auditorium. such that they can at least show themselves via the camera to the rest of the people participating, because we have here Pedro Chas, other people from Telefonica, from the initial team, and also Santiago Pavón, Gabriel Huecas, and Joaquín Salvachua, which were there. And well, they have been here sitting, but you have not seen them. So please come also here to the front, and let's go to the closure. Well, so... ¿Quién empieza? Javier Jiménez Leube. ¿Me pongo yo también? Bueno. Poneros un poco más juntos, que si no queda muy mal, yo creo, ¿sabes? Casi mejor. Ponte, si quieres, ponte tú aquí en el centro, hombre, que te oyes, ponte tú. Sí, eso. Bueno, si quieres, yo me siento. Venga, empiezas tú.
Hello. Good morning, good evening to the great Isabel community. I think that we are celebrating the 25th anniversary of Isabel, and I think also that, at least in Spain, we don't have a birthday celebration without a pie. And Juan, let me please break the protocol and please.
You well, this is really a surprise. Well, I don't know if you are seeing it. It's really... Thank you very much to all of them. Unfortunately, we cannot share it with you. I mean, video conferencing is not as advanced as for doing this kind of things, but I'm sure that in the next the 50th anniversary, we will be able to share also the cake with you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, happy birthday. Okay, thank you. That's all what I want to say. Happy birthday, Isabel. I wait for the next 25 years.
Okay. Well, then who is next? Let's go then to Brussels, maybe. Fabian. Pardon, Fabian. I'm a little bit tired now with so long. Bernhard Fabianek, would you like to say something from Brussels? Bernhard, the push to talk.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Juan, and congratulations for the cake and the candle. And we were just thinking, next 25 years and maybe a third candle, 75 years, where will we be and what will have happened with the internet and all the things that have been started. No, it was really moving to see all the people coming on screen, reporting on the things that has happened. And yeah, even X25 was mentioned, frame relay, ATM. So really we have some background in technology. But my sort of role in the whole exercise came into when the Global 360s happened, the Global Information Days, and it was good to see Florencio. And we had all the work with Latin America, of course, Margaret then with Africa, to bring this community together, to form a global research effort that actually Isabel was a tool and the means of linking people, of fostering collaboration. And that's actually what we are striving for. And also here in Brussels, what we are trying to aim and also help to bring research forward. There's plenty of challenges that we have to address. And it's good to have tools like Isabel that you can rely on. And it's even better to see the people behind Isabel and Vasco's and Martin Potts that were there and then made all the things move and came. And it was really good in the old days when we had, what was it? The days that we had,
I don't
the consultation
remember.
meetings. You should remember. The consultation meetings where we all had assembled and discussed how to move and compete with each other. So congratulations to everyone, especially, of course, to Juan, and for the next 25 years. All the best.
Okay, thank you very much. Well, would you like to say something from Aveiro?
Yes, Juan. Everybody is talking about 5G and the need for applications. Maybe Isabel can be used again to start this new challenge in terms of technology.
Okay, thank you. Yeah. Well, something I have not said is that we had a problem with the university network this morning, and now we are connecting this room here via 4G. And everything is working very, very nicely. Everything we have done today is going via a 4G connections because, well, we had some problems with the wired connections. Okay, but this is just an anecdote.
That it was not a good comment, because if I'm talking about 5G and you say that everything works with 4G, why 5G?
Well, but with 5G we could send probably the cake also to you. Okay.
We were exactly saying the same. I mean, if 5G would receive you the cake.
Okay. Okay. So I think Encarna.
Well, hello everybody. Well, I remember Juan some months ago just wondering about this event. He was just thinking about whether organize it or not, because it was risky, right?
Yes, yes.
So at the end, it had been a very, very wonderful event, and in fact, well, I enjoyed a lot, because I've met with many friends from. Well, we were going back in time, so it's really wonderful and very nice to meeting again so many people. And well, I was also a participant in courses and conferences, and well, many pieces of Isabel are also part of the department, no? And just to finish, as a head of the department, we are very, very proud of the Isabel, to be part of Isabel history, and that Juan Quemada, his team, are part of the department, and congratulations for your success. It's a very, very big success, as we have seen today. And well, thank you very much to all the organizers, all the people that is behind the events, the technical people, and also teachers, researchers, collaborators that has been working for this event. Thank you also to our rector, Guillermo Cisneros, that is always supporting us, always with us. Thank you also to the director of the school, Félix Pérez. Thank you to all the participants here, face to face. Thank you and congratulations to all the participants around the world, in Europe, in Spain, in Africa, in South America. Thank you to everybody, and see you next time. Bye-bye.
Okay, bye-bye to everybody. So we have here, abre un poco el plano. We have here other members of the Isabel team. We have Pedro Chas, we have Gabriel Hueca, Santiago Pavón, and Joaquin Salvachua. They could not speak, only Joaquin a little bit, but if you would like to say some words or just bye-bye to the people. No, do you want to say?
Salute to the people in Aveiro, because I was the one that was there. Hello, Vasco, hello, Josep. Very nice to see you again.
Okay, well, so Joaquin has said goodbye in the name of all of them. Then, well, that has been, it was very nice to see you all again. And then, well, I appoint you in 25 years again to connect and to do an event which will be much better than this one. This will be, as Javier Jimenez Leube said, the event of the push to talk and the event of the cake. The cake which could not be sent to you, but we will solve it. Okay, bye-bye to everybody, and thank you very much for participating and making the effort of being here. Bye-bye. Sí, sí, sí. Yeah. Okay. Que suban todos los... Okay. Well, let's come here. Well, this is just for the local audience. Come here on the stage, and we can make photographs of all the people who have participated in this 25th event, and we will put them on the web page. So please come here, and we will make some photographs. Bye bye. Venga, venid. Hay un cóctel ahora después de esto aquí fuera.
No os escapéis.
Venga,
todos isabelinos.
Venid aquí todos los isabelinos, por lo menos. Venga, los del fondo. Enrique.
Hombre,
Luis. Venga, todos, venid aquí todos. Víctor. Pedro. Venga, Luis. Venga.
Todos y los nuevos también.
Venga, venid.
Y los nuevos también. Son soles, venga, el resto del equipo.
Venga, María José, todos, subidos, venga.
Claro.
Venga, Andrés, todos. Son soles. Alex, venga, Eulogio. Luis, Eulogio, venga, venid.
Poneros aquí delante si queréis con esto si queréis así.
Todos.
Vamos a quitar esto de aquí.
Este equipo que teníamos detrás.
No, pero
vamos. No te tapamos la Champions, ¿no? Estas sillas aquí no me hace las sillas, sí.
Venga.
Más a ver. Venga, todos para allá.
Celia.
Vamos. Más por allá.
Javi, tú siéntate ahí, tío.
Es que yo creo que mejor nos sentamos. Venga. Si no tiene sentido. Puedo hacer como la foto esta que sale. Viendo la perspectiva habéis elegido la silla, Chimpum. ¿Se ha caído? Pues tu foto. ¿Pues tu foto? Será por habilidades de Photoshop. Vamos. Bueno, ¿cuándo ponemos vídeo de puto? El vídeo de puto. ¿Por qué no lo habéis puesto? Hace poco lo vi.
Ya te he visto ahí con algo.
Pues
te trae chisme. Compra la gafa.
¿Cuánto vale?
¿Qué tal? ¿Cómo estamos? ¿Cómo estás? ¿Qué tal? Vamos. ¿Qué Depende de tal, ya con la familia, niños. Con todo el pack. Niños pequeños,